Hey everyone, I am going to do a chit chat, get ready with me video because it's been a couple weeks since I've filmed one. I have this like wackadoodle hair situation going on here. This hair, I have little baby hairs and they just like, I don't know, they never grow, but they don't style very well either. I'm just gonna try to pin it down for a little bit. We're going to the movies today. I'm pretty excited about that because I love going to movies. That's like my #1 thing that I like to go do. And whenever we have a chance to go on a date, that's like the thing that we choose to do is go to the movies. And we're probably going to see Transformers because my husband is so insanely excited. And I actually I like the movies. Or I have liked them anyways. I just like action-y movies, even if like the story isn't like the super greatest. I don't know. I have fun with them. But it doesn't have Shia LaBeouf in it. And whether or not people like him or not, it's just like when you get used to watching something with somebody in it, like it's just weird to see it new. Like whenever James Bond got foundation in my hair. Whenever James Bond switches, I have a hard time with that. So, anyways, we might see that. I think, I got a little breakout right there. Oh, little Winnie's coming. Ooh, what? What are we ooh-ah-ahing? Huh?
Or to have lip gloss.
You want lip gloss?
Here
Here you go.
I want to put it on.
I'm gonna let you put it on.
So, that's not lip gloss.
I'm gonna try to trick her with just some lip balm, some Badger lip balm. Here. I'm gonna let her put on Breja Payton. There you go. Ooh, so pretty.
The next one now.
No, you can't have multiple lip glosses. You just wear the one. Boom, boom. Boom, boom.
I want to.
No. You okay? Yeah. So she has a cold. And I mean it's not terrible. But it's still just like we've been up late the last few nights because she keeps waking up. Eventually my husband went in the room and slept with her last night. It's like, yes. Nice. Because I hadn't gotten a lot of sleep the night before. So but she didn't wake up. Like once he was in there with her, she stopped waking up. So I think she just maybe wanted comfort of somebody in there. So what I was saying was that we might, or I was interested in seeing 22 Jump Street because it looks really funny and I like comedic movies, but I haven't seen the first one to it. So I don't know if we'll go do that or not. But, so like a little bit of I haven't made a video, a chit chat, get ready for the video about, my trip to, Tennessee. Sorry, I'm going through like my little, I, got an order from Breja and Pumpkin and Poppy and I was just rummaging through my bag. But I had, a few weeks ago, we went to Tennessee for my cousin's wedding. And it just was kind of eventful. Just a lot of things happened. A lot of things were going kind of wrong for my cousin too. And there was like thunderstorms and tornado warnings, and it was an outdoor wedding, and yeah, it was just, yes, dear. Yes, dear. Just a sec. I have a bottom to go wipe. Being a mommy is glamorous. Alright, I'm back. You think when your kid gets out of diapers that you'd get to stop maybe wiping bottoms, but that is not what happens. Where's my, okay, it is. So, golly, I wish I could like kind of get through these in one shot, or not even one shot, but like not get all disoriented. Okay, so the wedding, yeah, so things just went a little crazy, and the hotel was being a little crazy, and there was just a lot of different things going on. Like, I'm not even gonna get into it all, but it was stressful. And so then after the reception, all my uncles were going to the American Legion, and because they're all prior enlisted. My husband is prior enlisted, and so he was gonna go. And I asked him, I was like, "Are you sure you want to go?" Because they had tornado warnings again, and it was raining really hard. And I was like, I just kind of worry. But he's like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna stay for very long." And okay, let me tell you this part. Rewind. So we're driving to Tennessee. It's 10 hours away from where we live. And we were going to leave after my husband got off work. And that was at 5. So I wanted to leave right away. We didn't leave till 7:30. That's just the way everything seems to work, apparently. But because I have sleep issues as it is, we decided that that I would drive. That I would drive all night, and then the next morning he would, wake up with Winnie and yada yada yada. So we leave 2 hours late, so that's losing any sleep that I would get, or most of the sleep that I would get. And so we leave, we're driving, and then my husband drove first and stopped at 11:30. And then I have never listened to an audiobook ever. And then I realized when I was getting ready to drive, and that I would have over 6 hours to drive by myself, I was like, I need something more than music. Music is only going to keep me entertained for so long. And so as we sat there trying to fiddle with the thing, finally we found a way for me to listen to it free. I wanted to listen to Harry Potter, okay? I wanted to listen to Harry Potter, and yeah, we could not find a free or even affordable Harry Potter. They were all $33 a book. So yeah, I settled for something else. I was just like, holy cow. But anyways, it was really cool. Seriously, that was a lifesaver. Having an audiobook was a lifesaver. But it was still really rough. It was really rough to drive all that way. And then we pulled in at 5:30 in the morning. And so it was starting to get kind of light out already. And Winnie woke up, and the hotel, even though I had called and told them that we were going to be in late, because sometimes a place will think that you're a no-show if you don't check in that same day. So we had booked it to have it for the night before, but technically because we were arriving in the middle of the night, we were arriving the next day. Anyways, they told me it would be fine, but it wasn't. They canceled our room, but luckily they had a room, so they switched us rooms. And so yeah, And then when he didn't want to go back to sleep, so that was hard. And then, so there was the wedding. They ended up canceling my aunt's reservation though, and they didn't have any more rooms. So she had to go to a different hotel. And then my cousin was staying at that hotel the night of her wedding, because they were leaving the next morning to go on like their, like a trip. And they canceled her room and they had no room. So she's standing there in her wedding dress and they're telling her that like, oh, well, you didn't check in by such and such time, so we gave up your room. I could not even believe that. I was like, wow, you guys are nuts. And we were in like Smallsville, Tennessee, like little itty bitty town. So anyways, as far as, so my husband goes to the American Legion. I told him to text me when he gets there, so just so that I know that he got there safely. And so he texts me that he got there safely. 5 minutes later, he texts me, our tire got slashed. I'm like, what? Like, how does that even happen? Like, I don't even know. You've been there for 5 minutes. So I call him and he's giving a police report, so he can't like talk, but he calls me back a little while later and he said, yeah, like some guy, I guess, showed up there and he was already drunk, and so the bartender said like, no, we're not gonna serve you. And he went into the parking lot and slashed 6 people's tires and then ran into his hotel room that was like right across the street. So he did get caught. He got arrested. But then we had to find a way to get a tire. And so Sunday, apparently places aren't open. And so we couldn't, the only place that was there around there that was open was, where's my little brush? Was Walmart, and they didn't have the tire that we needed because we drove my husband's parents' car too, by the way. So it was not even our car, it was their car, and they had just replaced all 4 tires. So we wanted to get, where is my eye brush? My eyeliner brush. Rats. Don't you hate it when you lose stuff? Oh, here it is. Cool. Yeah, so they didn't have it. The closest place that had it was in Birmingham, Alabama. And that was like 2.5 hours away. And you're not supposed to drive like more than 50 miles on a spare. So eventually, I don't know why like it wasn't mentioned to begin with. I just asked him like, can we just buy any old tire? And my husband said, yeah, but like you have to know that that's like $100 that will just be gone, because we'll have to buy, you know, the cheapest tire is at least $100, and then we'd have to go home and get them a new tire. And I was like, I don't even care. And I'm like, we're not driving 10 hours home on a spare. We can't. Just get it. So he's like, all right. So he goes over there, and then he calls me and he says, there's a kitten following me around. And I'm like, oh, are you serious? And we recalled like vaguely the day before when we were driving by, we saw a guy outside with a sign on his car giving away, he said, it just said free kittens. And so we're thinking that like he didn't get rid of all of his kittens and he just like let the kitten go. And it's like, it's covered in like poop, manure, or whatever. You can, like, it had an infection in its eye. It was like this little baby kitten, you know, scared and trembling. And I said, all right, bring the cat back. So we get back to the hotel, and I asked him to ask the hotel if they had a box, because the cat was not happy. Like, I know that it was scared, but it was like, it was just not happy. Oh, I can't get this to even out. Who even knows? So all the shelters were closed, and the shelter that was in the town only accepted dogs. So we tried, you know, the Humane Society was closed. We called the police department, and eventually, like, we called them a couple times because we're like, look, we can't leave the cat here, and we can't take the cat in the car, you know, for 10 hours and not know, like, where to take it. And so they gave us the personal phone numbers of some people, and then, like, the first person we called was out of town at a funeral. I felt so bad. I'm like, sorry. And then we called a couple other people, went to voicemail, and then the first lady called us back, and she said, hey, let me try this and that. And so she gave us the number of someone else, and that person was out of town, but that person called back and said, hey, like, if you can drive it to my house, my neighbor will put, like, one of the, like, animal boxes, outside a crate. I'll be home in like 2 to 3 hours if you could do that. And so we're like, okay. So she lived in even like the boonies. We drove quite a while, but we were not going to leave that cat. So we bought the cat food, and we got some milk, and we put it, so when we got there, we put it in the crate, and then we gave her the food and gave her the liquids. And so she like attacked the food, so we're glad that she ate, and then we left. By that point, it's the afternoon. It's too late for us to drive home because I could not do another all-nighter. Like, I wasn't feeling well. I was exhausted. A friend of ours lives in Birmingham, and so she invited us to stay with her. Now, we did get to see Andrea, who is Shoudra Stargleam. That was really exciting. Like, all these events were like trying to keep us apart, but we were like, no, we will not be kept apart. We will meet. So we went to her house, and I was really excited. This is Winsome from Pumpkin Poppy. I love this lipstick so much. Thank you for making this, because I have been loving it. And this is Noon Morning by Breesia, and it's nice to just put a little bit on top. Okay, so anyways, we went to Andrea's house, and then we went and got sushi together, and then went back to her house. And it was the girls, so our daughters are around the same age. They were so cute. They played so well together. I was really shocked because sometimes Winnie can get a little aggressive. But they played so well. And like, I mean, I knew that I liked Andrea before I met her, you know, because we're friends and we talk online all the time. But to meet her in person and to like sit down and hang out with her was just, it was so nice. Like, I did not want to leave. I just wanted to stay there all day and hang out with her. I just had so much fun, and she's such a sweet person, and we got to talk a lot, so that was nice. Just not long enough. I really just did not want to leave. So it was just really nice to meet her, and our husbands have like similar interests, so they got on well as well. So it really is a shame that we live so far from each other. And I haven't seen Oksana in a while because she's out of town, so I'm excited to see her when she comes back. Then this past weekend we went to South Carolina because another friend was getting married, and a friend from California came out, and so that was interesting. But as far as like having my friend here, I was really happy to see her because, oh, what time is it? Oh, shit, I have to go. In just a second here. But she was here. I've been friends with both of these girls since I was like 12 or 13, and she stayed here for a week, and I was so sad when she left. She left a couple days ago. I did not want her to go. But she, I guess I should talk about that in another video, because I was going to say, like, I watched my first episode of Doctor Who with her, and so I have thoughts on on that. I'll just have to talk about it in another episode. But I really, really enjoyed my time with her. She's such a cool person, and I love her so much. I started, while she was here, I kept doing, if you guys have seen this skit, can I have your number? Can I have it? Can I have it? So I kind of like freaked her out with that. But yeah, we drank a lot of coffee and a lot of pastries. So I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be up at my Weight Watchers meeting. It's going to suck, but it was just way too hard to track and log while she was here. So now I'm going to get back on it. And, but she went home, and then yesterday I went to Stephanie's, which is my French friend that's leaving, and I went to her house, and the movers are coming next week, and so yesterday was like my last time really like in her house, and I cannot believe she's leaving in July. I just can't believe it. She's leaving, I think, the day after my birthday. And you guys, my birthday, it's a big milestone birthday, and I'm pretty sad about it. But I can't believe it. I'm probably going to be a mess when Stephanie leaves. So, I guess, yeah, sorry about, I just ramble. I guess that's okay, because it's a Chit Chat Get Ready with me. I hope that you guys are all doing well, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.